Morning, afternoon, evening. I hope you are safe. I hope you're keeping each other safe. That's what's the most important. Um, Man, I definitely had something I wanted to talk about this morning, but the minute I hit the button, I started thinking something else. It almost every time it happens this way. I think of something else I want to talk about almost instantly. And I want to talk about normalcy this morning in a few different contexts, but really briefly, I just want to talk about normalcy, what's normal, and why that's important at all. You know, I promise you I'm going to be brief because I'm exhausted. I had a long and lovely weekend of relaxing, and today is going to be the day recovering from that. But let's just stay on track. Normal. So I see a lot of folk in particular talking about normalcy, a return to normalcy, things like that, right? Um, and I'd like to talk about why not only that's a bad idea, but it is a wrongly construed idea. Wrongly construed. Um, Normal is black folk getting killed by the police. That's normal. Normal is trans people being killed. That's normal. All of these horrible things that people are out there protesting now, that's normal. All these rights that are currently, as we speak right now, being denied, being infringed upon, that's normal. What isn't normal is us facing that and accepting that as fact. We stay stuck in this pattern of recognizing and being shocked by these truths. We stay stuck in this state of, oh my God, really? Rather than never again. Right? That's what normal is. So when we're thinking about what it is we want to return to, we maybe want to be careful about the things we want to bring back after the Rona. Yeah? Some of those things we could just let stay gone. Some of those poor associations and ways of interacting we can let stay gone. I would suggest, as many have, much to the terror of a whole lot of people, but many people have suggested that we'll never get back to normal. And whatever we're going toward is some kind of new normal. I not only agree, I welcome it. A new normal is an opportunity for trans people to live unharassed. A new normal is an opportunity for black people and people of color to live unharassed with no penalty associated with it. A new normal is white people evacuating white supremacy for good and inhabiting the truth of their diverse cultures. That would be awesome. Like that should be normal. But it isn't. What's normal is people are housed in these pre-installed hierarchies, hierarchical systems, and forced to play out our lives gambling with different amounts of money and different odds. That's normal. We need to make that not normal anymore. We need to focus on not just how we're going to get back to the way we used to do things, but recognizing that the way we used to do things is garbage. The way we used to and currently even do things rests on a lot of human sacrifice and human misery that we ignore, that we have been trained to ignore, that we've been trained even when we see it to be shocked every time like it's the first time, even though we know it's not the first time. To wit, black folk being killed on camera. Can you name the number of black people you've seen killed on camera? I bet you can't. I bet it's more than 10. That's how normal. I don't fear a return to normal. I want to be clear on that. I don't. I just don't want it. No one deserves it. Not even white people. I think what we need to be conceiving now is what a new normal looks like. Where we have adults in charge. I'm going to just say it like that. When we have people who give a fuck about other people in charge. Because we don't now. Largely. We don't. You'll see people jumping in and saying all kinds of things to defend the power and positioning of police. And in the same breath, they have absolutely nothing to say about the citizens. Nothing. Nothing. The majority of their constituents, nothing to say about, speculatively or otherwise, nothing to say about them at all. But if you come even remotely close to saying perhaps we shouldn't have vested so much power in police authority, then they have concerns. Yeah, that's not normal, y'all. Or rather, that's too normal. Yeah, that's far too normal. We don't ask questions so much as we protest, right? We don't go to the police practically or have conversations with the police practically or approach it from a policy position and say, yeah, y'all can't do this or that. Or rather, we don't even try to restrict that power. We constantly have a debate about it while the police still get to go and police. That's normal. We're stuck in this pattern of normalized racism, normalized transphobia, normalized Islamophobia, and so on, and so on. And yet, we're stuck in this pattern also of this desire to return to normalcy, as if this turbulence is normal, as if we have to be in that state. Y'all, we don't have to. The table has been upset, and when we reset it, we can add some chairs. And by the way, we should add some chairs. Period. This whole idea of a return to normal or recognition of the normal absolutely misses out on the beautiful opportunity we have right now to rebuild our communities. Not because we're so broken and terrible, but because we're so capable. Because our hearts are big enough and strong enough to do that. Because we're smart enough to recognize that we've left these people out for far too long. And just saying we won't leave them out anymore is not enough. That's normal. We have to be willing to do something extraordinary if we want an extraordinary country. And we keep talking about ourselves in that way. That's normal. This about how great America is, that's normal. I'd love to see a new normal where we go about the business of making that a fact. Where we go about the business of making that an unimpeachable fact. And that's not difficult, y'all. That's taking what we say normally and now doing it normally. That's what's missing. That's what we need. Not a return to the same kind of struggle and then people going out there and getting gassed and pepper sprayed and protesting over the same bullshit we've been protesting since America's been America. That's normal. White supremacy is normal. Racism is normal. Transphobia is normal. White folk, I know y'all don't want to hear that. I know you'd like to believe that these are isolated incidents or just a new kind of thing or something. This is normal and always has been. The coming fall, this school year, gives us an opportunity to rethink normal, right? Because we're starting with some of the most vulnerable people in our country, considering them, rather, children, and considering their return to normalcy and the importance of their return to normalcy, what that is, and how we can best protect them while also giving them what they need, right? In that same opportunity exists space to do the same thing for many other marginalized, you see what I'm saying? Many marginalized groups, of making space for them and considering them and their welfare and what can constitute a new normal for them that's safer than the old normal. That's the opportunity before us right now. Not a return to what we used to do, because we already know that doesn't work, or rather it doesn't work for everyone. And instead, we can use our collective creative energy to conceive of a new normal that includes, respects, and elevates more, if not all of us. And when I say if not all of us, I mean definitely all of us. We have plenty of chairs, y'all. There's no reason when we reset this table we can't have a seat for everyone. There's no reason. Normally, we don't. It's time to move past normal. That's all I got for today. I'm going to go take a break. I'm exhausted. I'm going to spend today in the garden watering sunflowers and getting it together. It's looking dry out there, y'all. I've neglected it a tiny bit, so I have some work to do. Thank you to everyone who supports me on every way that you support me. I normally go through all the different ways people support me, and I just want to give a general thank you today. I'm a little tired. I apologize. But normal, we can't go back to normal. We need to have the courage to move forward to a new one. We really do. Thank you so much for all the support and your attention. Y'all take care.